6 must-read books for insightful perspectives. I've often been asked for reading recommendations, so here is another video discussing the last 6 books on my reading list. The most recent book I completed is titled Inventing the Future Star. This work delves into the interplay between capitalism and politics, exploring how each shapes our future. The authors are particularly focused on proposing ways to redefine our economic systems in a post-capitalist context. When reading it, I couldn't help but draw parallels with Paul Mason's book Post-Capitalism*, which I mentioned in one of my previous videos. Although both books address similar themes, Mason's work stands out by providing a detailed backdrop of economic theories and clearly outlining actionable policy recommendations. In contrast, while Inventing the Future touches on various ideas, it sometimes glosses over the specifics by suggesting changes without thoroughly explaining how to implement them. One area where Inventing the Future excels is its in-depth discussion of universal basic income, a topic that Mason addresses only briefly. If your interest lies particularly in post-capitalist economic theories, Mason's book might be the more comprehensive choice. Moving on to the next book on my list, I read Frantz Fanon's The Wretched of the Earth Star. This influential text examines the harrowing effects of colonialism on the people and societies it touches. Fanon not only critiques the legacy of colonial systems but also warns of the potential pitfalls of revolutionary change. He discusses how, during a revolution, the chance to seize power can lead to new forms of corruption or even replicate the oppressive structures of colonial rule. The book presents a compelling combination of passionate political activism and a somber caution, making it both a call to action and a warning about the inherent challenges in overthrowing a flawed system. Although Fanon's narrative is written primarily for those directly affected by colonialism, it offers invaluable insights for anyone curious about the practical, often painful realities behind the abstract concepts of economic theory and military strategy associated with colonial history. Before tackling Fanon's work, I dove into a book at the intersection of psychology and cognitive science, Daniel Kahneman's Thinking, Fast and Slow Star. Kahneman, a psychologist recognized with a Nobel Prize in economics for his research, explores the many biases and mental shortcuts that influence the way we think and evaluate information. In his book, Kahneman explains how these cognitive tendencies can lead us astray, particularly in our understanding and use of statistics. He further illustrates why his findings have significant implications for modern economic thought. This book is a must-read for anyone interested in understanding the complex processes behind human decision-making and its broader impact on economic policies. Economic theory often makes a number of assumptions about how humans make decisions, many of which do not hold true in reality. By the way, do you like my t-shirt? It features Jeff Goldblum, and my brother gifted it to me for my birthday. Recently, I read a book that I can't show you right now because I lent it to my girlfriend. The book is titled Angry White Men by Michael Kimmel. In this work, Kimmel traveled extensively across the United States, interviewing various groups of angry white men. His subjects ranged from members of the Ku Klux Klan to disillusioned rural workers and activists advocating for men's and fathers' rights. He explored a wide spectrum of individuals, including those on the extreme right, such as neo-Nazis, as well as more moderate conservatives and Tea Party supporters. Kimmel provides a platform for these men to express their views, engaging them in conversations that reveal their frustrations. For instance, he approaches a neo-Nazi and, despite their stark differences, Kimmel being a Jewish intellectual, he invites them to share their perspectives, asking what fuels their anger. Kimmel argues that these individuals are misdirecting their grievances. Many of them feel economically marginalized, yet they often attribute their struggles to women entering the workforce, immigrants, or Jewish people, rather than recognizing that the root cause lies in neoliberal policies and the current economic landscape that have left them disenfranchised. This book offers a compelling and balanced examination of a complex issue. Before reading Kimmel's work, I enjoyed a fictional book that was a gift from a fan named Oliver in Germany. He noticed it on my Amazon wish list and sent me some book vouchers as a token of appreciation. Interestingly, he also gifted me Angry White Men. The fiction book is called Beauty Queens, and it tells the story of a group of young women who are contestants in a national beauty pageant. Their plane crashes on a deserted island, forcing them to survive in the wild. The obvious comparison here is to Lord of the Flies, but the narratives diverge significantly. While Lord of the Flies depicts the inherent savagery of humans, showing how boys quickly turn against one another, Beauty Queens suggests that the girls have been conditioned to be competitive and unkind to each other. It is only when they find themselves isolated from the corporate influences of the pageant that they begin to collaborate and support one another. Some of the social commentary in Beauty Queens can be a bit overt, which is understandable since it is aimed at a younger audience, particularly tweens and teens. As the story unfolds and the true nature of the situation on the island is revealed, it starts to resemble an episode of Totally Spies, although I must admit I am not familiar with the specifics of that show. Just a heads up, there are a few tasteful sex scenes in this book. So if you're planning to gift it to a niece or nephew, make sure to scan those parts first to avoid any awkward situations. Last but not least is Simone de Beauvoir's The Second Sex, a renowned classic in existentialism and feminism. Beauvoir delves into women's roles in society, from her contemporary 20th century France all the way back to prehistoric times. She explores how these roles have evolved and how they differ from men's roles. The book covers various stages of a woman's life, from girlhood to young womanhood, motherhood, and elderly womanhood. Beauvoir compares the expectations placed on women with those placed on men. If you've only heard about feminism or the concept of women's oppression in academic contexts, this book will provide a comprehensive understanding. These are the last 6 books I've read. Perhaps you'll find something interesting to explore. If you'd like to support the show but Patreon isn't your thing, I have an Amazon wishlist of books that you can gift me. I'll include the link below, or you can always visit patreon.com to help provide research materials.